This demo demonstrates how to create vector layers, define object classes, import existing layers, and assign objects to categories inside the FlyPix AI workspace. Vector layers help organize spatial data into structured datasets. Object classes define what each annotated feature represents. Together, they form the foundation for structured geospatial analysis. Click Create New Layer to start defining a new vector layer in your workspace. Enter a meaningful name that represents the dataset, for example, Urban Trees dataset. Click Create to finalize the creation of your vector layer in the workspace. The new vector layer will now appear in the workspace and is ready to store objects. Within the vector layer, create object classes to categorize your data. Click Add Object Class to begin defining categories within your vector layer. Click Create New Class to define a new object class for your vector layer. Define the name for the new object class to categorize specific features. After entering the class name, choose a color for the class. Select a color for the class to visually differentiate it from other object categories. The selected color will be applied to all objects within this class. Once the class name and color are set, click Create Class to add the new object class to the vector layer. Repeat the same steps to create additional classes for other object types within the vector layer. If a vector layer already exists in your project, choose the existing option to import data into that layer instead of creating a new one. Click Existing to enable importing into a previously created vector layer. Open the Select drop-down menu and choose the vector layer you want to use as the target for the imported data. Click here to confirm your selection of the existing vector layer. If vector data is available on your local system, upload it by dragging and dropping the GeoJSON or JSON file into the upload area, or by clicking Choose Files to select it manually. Once the file is uploaded, click Parse Content. This reads the file, detects the total number of features, and identifies the available class information for import. Now review the detected class data column to ensure the objects are mapped to the correct class. If needed, use the three-dot menu to convert the objects to a different class before proceeding. This opens a list of available classes in your project. From here, you can convert the imported features to another class before finalizing the import. Select the appropriate class, and the objects will update accordingly. After confirming the class mapping and target layer, click Import Objects. The system will process and add the features to the selected vector layer. Once the import is complete, the objects will appear under the selected layer in the workspace. You can now select any object on the map to inspect it, and it will reflect the assigned class and color automatically. Before creating or selecting new objects, switch to the appropriate drawing tool, for example, Draw Polygon from the right toolbar. This activates annotation mode for creating new vector objects. Now draw a polygon around the desired area on the map. The newly created object will automatically be assigned to the active vector layer and class. Once the object is created, the layer panel updates automatically, reflecting the assigned class and its associated color. This confirms that the object has been properly categorized within the dataset. This demo demonstrated how to create vector layers, define object classes, import vector data, and assign objects within FlyPix AI. You can now organize and manage your spatial data efficiently using structured layers and classes in the workspace.